Hello, and welcome to the introduction and instructions for lab exercises 1, 2, and 4. All right, so let's have a look at lab exercise 1. In class, the first day of class, we went through chapter 1, and we talked about the scientific method, and one thing we talked about was the hypothetico-deductive method. Okay, and remember I showed you this. This is the one where you make a hypothesis, yeah? And then it's going to be consistent what you know, all this stuff. And remember this picture, right? So that's what you're going to be doing today. So again, that's what you're going to be doing today. We're going to be using the scientific method to learn something about anatomy, right? So, lab exercise 1, procedure A. What you're going to do is you're going to measure and record your height in centimeters. Why centimeters? What units do we use in science? Right, we use SI units, right? And SI units for, we use the metric system, and that means we are going to be using, in this case, we're going to use centimeters consistently, okay? So what you're going to do is find a partner, and you're going to measure your height, and then you're going to measure the length of your arm, basically from your armpit, also known as the axillary region, to your fingertips. Okay, that's going to be called the upper limb length, because your arm is your upper limb, right? So here's a picture from your textbook showing you basically how this is done. Then you will take your data and you'll graph it. Now, what I have done is I have a set of data, and you just have to add your data to it and then graph it. And remember that the slope is equal to the rise over the run, therefore you want the upper limb length on the y-axis and the height along the x-axis. Take a minute and really think about why I'm telling you to do this. See if you can figure it out. I've given you some sample data here, just showing you what the trend line looks like and given you a nice little result. But I want you to work through lab exercise 1 and complete all of procedure A, all of procedure B, and answer all the parts of the lab. Make sure you include the graph. Now, you've done procedure A, which determines the relationship between your height and the length of your arm. Now, based on what you have learned, I want you to come up with your own hypothesis about the body. The activity in part B specifically asks you about the radius, basically the length of your forearm and your height, but you could do something else. You could do your waist and your height, or you could do the length of your foot and your height. It's entirely up to you. I then would like you to, and you can consider other relationship. You could consider the relationship between other regions of the body and explain how you would collect the data. So think about it. How would you set up an experiment to see if there was a ratio between the length of your foot and the size of your waist? Or whatever. Or the length of your foot and your height. Okay. So for lab exercise 1, I want you to complete the lab exercise 1 before our next meeting on February 2nd, 2015. Also, if you can find someone to help you collect your data for lab exercise 1, great. Otherwise, I've given you enough data to complete the assignment. And that will be available in the snow day folder. Otherwise, I have given you enough data to complete the assignment. Lab exercise 2 and 4. On Blackboard, there are links to videos pertaining to lab exercises 2 and 4. Please watch the videos. Please complete lab exercise 2. Please complete procedure D of lab exercise 4, all before we meet again on February 2nd. Okay? I hope you are enjoying your snow day, and I will see you in class.